Welcome to video number 6, devoted to uprightness of sitting posture. Today we'll continue lateral movements of the spine and trunk. Remember when we started the session by tilting the head from side to side? Let's do this movement a few times. Tilt your head to the right and then come back. Then tilt your head to the left and come back. Observe what's the easy range for you of motion at the beginning of this session. Tilting left and tilting right. Perhaps you notice different parts of your rib cage and your spine participating in movement. This is very common. The difference between right and left side. We are not symmetrical creatures. Tilt your head to the left and come back. To the left and come back. Observe lengthening of your right rib cage, how your right armpit and right shoulder are following your head, and how the left shoulder is lowering. Very good. Stop and rest. As you're resting, take a breath in and out, relaxing unnecessary contractions. Take another breath in to your belly, out, releasing. As you breathe to the belly, your abdomen expands. As you exhale, abdomen sinks and relaxes. Good. Come to the right side of the chair, so the right buttock will hang off the edge of the chair, of the stool. So you're sitting on the left side of your seat bone, on your ischial tuberosity, the bone that's designed for sitting. Now begin to lower your right buttock off the edge of the seat and bring it back up. Do a very small and gentle movement of lowering the right side of the pelvis down and returning back up. Lower it down and notice what happens with your spine of the lower trunk, middle section between your shoulder blades. What happens with the position of the head? When you lower your pelvis down on the right side, your head tilts left. When you elevate your right seat bone and right pelvis, the head starts to tilt right. Can you feel that? Do only movements within the range that feel comfortable, easy. Notice the accordion of the two sides of your rib cage. Very nice. Come back to the center of the stool or chair and examine your original movement of tilting the head to the left and coming back. Notice if there is any improvement. Using the same or perhaps even less effort, you may find that your ribs, spine of the middle and lower back, participates more in action. Please stop and take a full rest. Again, if you have a chair with a backrest, you can lean back. You can even slouch. There is nothing wrong with slouching, providing that this is not the only option that we have. One more time, come to the right side of the chair, so the right buttock, right seat bone is hanging off the side of the chair. Place your left hand on top of your head and begin to lower your right buttock down as your head is tilting to the left. Lift your buttock off the floor, off the hanging position, and return the head. When the buttock lowers, the head tilts left. Combine the movement of tilting the head and lowering your right buttock, and then perhaps tilting the head to the right as you elevate your right side of the pelvis. Move only within the range that feel pleasant, or at least neutral. Your right buttock hangs, the right side of your waistline and ribs expand. The left elbow lifts up and tilts the head to the right, and then the right side shortens. Right side elongates as you lower the head to the left and lower right buttock. Very nice. Come back to the middle of the chair and check your original movement of tilting the head to the left. Notice if there is another degree or so of improvement in motion, in the sense of ease, and in a sense of cooperation throughout your spine. Take a moment to rest. As you're resting, observe sensation throughout the sides of your trunk, length of the right side of your torso and abdomen, length of the left side of the torso and the left abdomen. And now we'll do the movements on the other side. Begin by tilting your head to the right, and then returning to the midline to the upright straight position. Tilt your head to the right and observe how your whole spine is bending sideways. Return to the middle. Don't strain, don't stretch. Do only what's simple. Tilt your head to the right. Come back to the middle. Observe the length of the waistline on the left and on the right side. Very nice. Stop and move to the left side of the chair so the left buttock will come off the edge of the seat. Now, in order to be stable, you may find that the left foot and the left leg need to go a little bit out to the side. You also will notice how crucial is the power from the left foot for the movements of the pelvis. Begin to lower your left buttock off the edge of the seat and then lift it back up. Observe this movement is a variation of the movement from the previous lesson of tilting the pelvis laterally, of tilting the pelvis sideways. Your left buttock comes off the seat and lowers down. Your left seat bone comes toward the floor, and then lift the left seat bone. To lift, your left foot pushes into the ground. Observe motion throughout your spine. What happens with your head when your left buttock lowers? And what happens when the left buttock lifts? Is the connection between position of the pelvis and motion of the pelvis and your head clearer? Very nice. Come back to the middle of the chair and rest a moment. Observe the length of the two sides of your torso. length of the left and right side. The distances between the ribs directly affect motion of your thoracic spine. If muscles in between our ribs are held in a chronic state of contraction, the motion of the thoracic spine, of the dorsal spine, will be limited. Please come back to the left side of the chair. So the left seat bone is off the edge of the chair and the right seat bone is on it. Place your right hand on top of your head. Combine the movement of lowering your left pelvis and tilting your head to the right. Return your head and perhaps even tilt it to the left as your left hip hikes. When the left hip lowers down, allow the elbow and the head to tilt to the right. Again, it's not important how far you move. What's important is how well can you experience the movement, how well can you sense motion of the right side of the rib cage, of the right waistline, how well your ribs spread apart when your left hip drops, the left side of the rib cage expands. When the left hip lifts, it's the right side that starts to expand. Continue with this gentle movement of tilting the head, lowering the pelvis, and lifting the pelvis up. Exhale as you tilt your head to the right. Inhale as you're returning. Very nice. Come back to the middle of the chair and take a moment of rest. As you're resting, observe width of your shoulders, width of your chest, and notice uprightness. All right, let's test our original movements. Tilt your head to the right, tilt your head to the left. Notice the motion throughout your whole skeleton. Perhaps as you tilt your head from side to side, you feel changes underneath the soles of your feet. Maybe one foot pushes a little bit, then the other. Very nice. Stop the movement of the head and check the movement of lifting one buttock, one seat bone, and then the other. Feel how is it comparing to the first time you did this movement. Is your pelvis lighter? Do you feel more nimble and supple? Do the movement smaller but quicker. Simply tilting one side, the other side, one side, the other side, and notice how your head is gently rocking from right to left. Don't rush. Do it simply and easily. Very good. That completes our session. Thank you very much.